Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. And I wanted to do a response, all right, to the point dealing with this topic of Jacob's trouble. As you can see here, the elder brother Karatazah, GMS Vegas sit downs, 144K. All right, is the page. Subscribe, be edified. The title of the video I'm responding to is "We Have Been in the Time of Jacob's Trouble." All right, which is a question posed due to a particular comment left by a guy named Real Truth Now. And what he left on the comment board, as we always talk about Jacob's trouble, which it's near. And people make the argument, well, we've been in Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is just about up. Look at all of the hell we went through. The slave ships, the land being taken from our people. First fired, last hired. Broken homes. They're like that. Pretty much that's Jacob's trouble, and we're almost out of that. And what the beloved brother is explaining here is that Jacob's trouble, all right, in its fullness, all right, because those things that you all are speaking of are a result of the curses, our disobedience. All right, when you go to Deuteronomy 28, okay, 15 through 68, it gives you a list of the consequences, of what would happen if we broke that covenant. And boy, oh boy, did the Heavenly Father bring those things upon us. Now, as I'm going to get in the book of Leviticus, the 26th chapter, the Lord talks about how that if we humbled ourselves, which the remnant would do that according to prophecy, if we humbled ourselves, then he will remember the covenant. And how has he remembered the covenant? Through raising up the remnant. Okay, and through the remnant, starting with the men of the Lord preaching, prophesying, that would usher in the end of Esau's world, which would entail him to lose his damn mind. So the heart and the true Jacob's trouble was really going to come once we understood who we were. The part where we didn't know who we were and we're getting judged, that was all a result of the curses that the Heavenly Father put on us. But when you deal with Jacob's trouble, okay, it's dealing with us knowing the gospel and being delivered out of troubles. Now, the guy left a comment, bro, we have been in Jacob's trouble, all right, since we became debt slaves. And I understand what he's saying, okay, but when the scripture speaks of Jacob's trouble, it's speaking of a particular time in prophecy where this devil, before he falls, is going to, he's going to go all out. And he's going to specifically come after those who know the gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and we'll show you that. But I want to play a clip from this brother's video and listen to what he says. Listen to what this elder says, because it's heavy what he's saying. Because right now, pretty much we still have daily comforts. We get persecuted online. Brothers may, police may come up to the camp, but there has not been a mandate or decree put out that we can no longer go on the street corners. All right. They haven't really addressed us in the news. They haven't really put out propaganda and left hand, madness that they're going to come with some stuff. You're going to know when Jacob's trouble really hits. All right. And when we go into things like 2nd Esdras 15, 2nd Esdras 16, 2nd Esdras 9, the book of Jeremiah, the Habakkuk, all of these things, Jake don't want to hear it. So they're listening to our videos, but then when they hear something that, it's too much for them, they have to lay open their folly on the comment board, which it will behoove you, it will be wise for you not to put those things on the comment board, going back and forth with brothers. Here it is, the brother's doing a beautiful video, making his body a living sacrifice, and you're listening And you just have to put in your stupid ass input. Then you get proud when a brother responds, no, you're wrong. Let's listen to what this elder says, though, because it's something you need to really ingest in your mind, man.
Right here, I mentioned to him, I said, you still have electricity and running water. So in other words, as long as you still have your necessities and you're still able to live in your comfort zone, in the comfort of your own home, you're not in the Jacob's trouble yet. Trust me, you're going to know when we're in that time, man. All right? It's going to be the worst time on the face of the earth that it's ever been. I said, Esau ain't rolled on us like a flood yet. And that haven't happened yet. It says, you ain't in trouble yet. Trust me, you'll know when we are in Jacob's trouble. The beginning of sorrows is more like it. And we're in that time. We're starting to see plagues happening. We see.
And we are in the beginning of sorrows. Yahweh Shai told us, the disciples, when we see wars, rumors of wars, perplexity, uproar, uproars of the people, all of those things are the beginning of sorrows. But it's going to get worse according to prophecy. And when we go into these things, Jake doesn't really believe the Lord is powerful enough to deliver us out of it. So they don't want to deal with even hearing it. So you have a big doctrine going around. There is no such thing as Jacob's trouble. Well, Jacob's trouble was over. There was one point, Bishop Nathaniel of IUIC was saying that there is no Jacob's trouble. But after we did so many videos, he tried to, throw it out there. I didn't mean it that way, idiot. And he started talking this and this and that. Because it's clear, it's crystal clear in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, and what did this dude put after the elder brother makes his statement? This guy puts, brother, the beast has been rolling on us since we got in captivity generations ago. We are closer to the end of Jacob's trouble than the beginning of it. Do you realize how stupid you sound? Okay? Now, what we're going to do is go to the book of Leviticus, the 26th chapter, and we'll start here at 38. Because Esau rolling on us and the hell we went through is a result of the curses. Jacob's trouble is going to come after we learn this truth. The end of Esau's world starts to hasten, and he makes a move to try to cut off the prophets, okay, and ultimately fully establish that NWO as he sees everything slipping away. And we'll show you that in prophecy. Leviticus 26 and 38. And ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. Why? Because we went off. I mean, you can read up in this chapter, and it's really just dealing with the blessings of obedience, and then going into what happens, punishments for disobedience. So when you deal with what's happened to us as a nation, the hardcore, brutal judgment of the Lord sending our enemies upon us, it's a result of our disobedience. So let's go to where I was, just to get to the point. Our sons and our daughters dying. We went through famines and various different captivities. All right, there's a famine going to come in this time. Right? So when you go down, let's get to the point. Verse 38, and ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands. And aren't we in our enemies' land? No matter where we're scattered, we're in our enemies' lands. And also in the iniquity of their fathers shall they pine away with them. Okay? Read that in the NLT. Those of you who survive will waste away in your enemy's land because of the sins of their sins and the sins of their ancestors. All right. And if they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers, with their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that they have also walked contrary unto me. And that's what we're doing, right? The remnant are doing what? We're confessing our iniquity. We're coming to the conclusion we're in this position because of what we did, and that also I have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, right? Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. Okay? So, and that's it. I'll just stop it there. So this is what's happening in these times. Deuteronomy 30. Let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. And the first verse, it says, and it shall come to pass when all these things will come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. And we enjoyed the blessing under Solomon. And we have definitely dealt with the curse of disobedience, right? Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations. We are among the heathen, the Israelites scattered among the heathen, whether the Lord thy God have driven thee, and thou shalt return to the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, and thou and thy children, all right, with all thy heart and with thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, and that's what he's doing. He's turning away our captivity. Through what? Restoring our minds first. The standing up on our feet as a great army, right? It says, and have compassion on thee. And this is a form of compassion. The prophets being raised up, this is a form of compassion. Okay? Upon thee, and I will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have scattered thee. And that's happening first with the word going out. If any be driven out to the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. All right? And from that point, when we're gathered, he's going to bring us back to the land. So when you go to, let's get Revelation, the 11th chapter. Okay? Because this is what's happening right here. All right? Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, okay, after that 350-year period where we were just totally detached, we didn't have any understanding why we were going through what we were going through. Wasn't no prophets out. Nobody was calling on a name like that. Okay, pretty much the Lord just, he turned his face from us. Right? 350 years. Okay, but after 3 days and a half, after that 350-year period, the spirit of life from the Most High would enter into us, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So what Jake thinks is that just because now that we've learned the word, that's it. The Lord is just going to deliver us. We're not going to have to undergo any persecution. No, again, what we're witnessing right now is the beginning of sorrows, but what's hastening it on is the fact that we're out preaching and prophesying these things. But there's going to come a point where the devil is going to come after us and a standard is going to have to be lifted. Okay, watch. And we'll show you, man. It says, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And that's happening now. That's why they're preparing propaganda to get us off the streets, to demonize us, right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. That's the standard being lifted and us being delivered. But from that point that we woke up to the point that the chariots come, things are going to be happening on the planet Earth that are going to be hardcore, man. And you can go into prophecy and get them. All right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Okay? Because they're going to be coming after us, pursuing to the very next chapter in the last verse. Okay? The red dragon, which is synonymous with the Roman Empire, would be revived in the latter days. And what is he going to do? And the dragon was wroth with the woman, the Israelites, the remnant. Israel is likened unto a woman. The dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. That's Jacob's trouble in its fullness right there. Aren't we the remnant? Now, when we were in that dead state, let's keep reading. Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach. Did we have the testimony when we were brought over here, getting our asses beat? All right? When Christopher Columbus and his counterparts came over here, pretty much the northern tribes, you had remnants of them there who knew that they were Israelites, but they were going off. Right? When we were on those slave ships, we were saying Hebrew words and you know, things like that, but they was all beaten out of us. We weren't keeping the commandments of the Most High. Okay? We didn't have the testimony of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi until we raised up. That's when he's going to fully make that move. Okay? He's fully going to make that move according to this scripture when we're keeping the commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi and we have a testimony, meaning we're out preaching and prophesying, testifying of his evils, his wickedness, of the kingdom to come, who he really is, destroying his pseudoscience through the truth. That's going to make him pissed off. And he's going to come to make war with the remnant. Why? Because what would the remnant be doing? Y'all know my favorite scripture. One of my favorite scriptures. Isaiah. Oh, man. Isaiah 20 or 10, Salakia. Isaiah 10 and 20, Salakia. Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, and the escaping starts with us getting this truth, which Esau takes. He don't take light to that. He's pissed off about that. Remember, you're his property in his eyes. So to understand this truth is like you being a runaway slave. What do you think Esau did when a runaway? He went after that slave. So he sees us raising up, we're getting this understanding. He's going to eventually make a move. We're going to get a few more scriptures. That the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. We're going to turn from Esau. We're going to turn from him, leaning on him, all right, for our understanding of who we are and he being the end all be all of what's right and wrong. We will wake up to his ass. The man of sin will be revealed. He's the one who smote us, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Is that not what we're doing? The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, there's billions of Israelites, right? Yet a remnant of them shall return, okay? The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. Okay? So the true persecution is going to come after we awaken to who we are. See, you all thought that the results of the curses, the slave ships, that was Jacob's trouble. Now we get delivered. And I get it. I understand your mindset, but you're wrong. As a matter of fact, let's get Jeremiah 30. Okay? And I know it hurts. I know you're mad, but the Lord his thoughts are not our thoughts. I know it's like, damn, how much more hell we got to go through? Well, it's going to get more and more uncomfortable. It doesn't call it a straight gate for nothing. Look what Yahawashi went through. Okay? It's beautiful we have this word. It's beautiful we have this understanding, but we have to be proven. And the Lord is going to put the spirit in the remnant elect to stay firm, man, and take deaths if they have to. It's not up to you. Okay? You just better pray to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi that you're able to endure. Because the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Y'all are wore out, and we get it. We wore out too. But our spirits are fervent right now, man. Okay? Y'all are overcome. This devil is getting ready to go harder on us, man. He gonna turn up the heat. Jeremiah 30, we're gonna get the chapter. You got some people saying Jacob's trouble is gay. You got people with doctrines. These people talk about Jacob's trouble. They trying to scare y'all. Ain't no more Jacob's trouble, Israel. We woke up. We out of here. Shabbat. No, man, that ain't how it works, bro. Jeremiah 30 and 3. I'll just get to the point and read down. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave their fathers, and they shall possess it. That's a beautiful thing, man. All right, but there's a process as to how the Lord is going to do that. Okay. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. These prophecies coming to pass, man. Okay. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all the faces turn to paleness. Paleness represents you're in a docile state. You're scared. You don't know what to do. He's like, what, why everybody? Because he's seeing a vision of before we get delivered, it's going to be hell on earth, man. If you're able to put your key into your house or open your garage, go and smoke some salmon or cook some black rice, make some tinctures. Okay, drive to the gym, meet a new chick. Bro, you're not in Jacob's trouble. Now, our nation as a whole, we're through. We need deliverance. We need a miracle. But Jacob's trouble is something specific that's going to happen in the scriptures where the Lord is going to have to eventually send angelic protection from on high to say, all right, got y'all. Let's go. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, all right? Even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And y'all just don't believe on that level that what we're saying is coming, that the Lord's hand is strong enough to deliver us out of it. Read that in the NLT. In all history, there has never been such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people Israel, but they will be saved out of it. At this point, we're going to know the truth. We're going to know who we are. We're going to be proclaiming we're the Israelites. Okay? That's why he's turning. That's a part of him turning away our captivity. The faithful remnant standing up and detaching from this bastard. Okay? But the enemy is going to come like a flood. Let's get Isaiah 59. Isaiah, the 59th chapter. I believe this is it. Yep. Let's start at 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west. All right, because in the northwestern hemisphere, the bulk of the prophets, that's where you were raised up. All right, in the west. Okay, Babylon the Great, the northwestern hemisphere, man. Okay, that's where the prophets will be primarily raised up and preaching. Okay, so shall they fear the name of because what's going to cause that fear? Real quick. What's going to cause the fear of the name of the Lord? The preaching. The true understanding of who the Most Highest Son is, the Bible, all of that is going to cause the remnant to fear. Psalms 40 and 2. He brought me also up out of a horrible pit, America, this captivity, wherever we be scattered, out of the miry clay. and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. He hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear and trust in Yahweh. Okay? So the fear of the Lord is spreading throughout the earth through the preachings of the prophets, primarily here in the West, okay, Northwestern Hemisphere, and wherever our people be scattered, there's prophets raising up, teaching, and it's leading to many seeing it and fearing and trusting in the Lord, which the devil has his own plans of being the Most High. So he don't want the fear of the Lord to be taught. So what is he going to do? He's going to make a move. That's what makes this story so great. You know, there was a point in Egypt where Pharaoh came after Israel and a miracle came. He swallowed up the Egyptians. Okay, now Israel had been in hell, all right, for 400 and something years, under the Egyptians. All right, but the true trouble came, those plagues and all of that, and we had to be exodused out. The hell is wrong with you, man? Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy, okay, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, and the Redeemer shall come in Zion. Who's the Redeemer? Yahweh Shai. And the angels, man. And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. So the enemy is going to come in like a flood while the remnant, have repented, have turned from transgression. Right? Or am I wrong? Right or am I wrong? According to what we're reading, am I right or am I wrong? So because we woke up, there's no more trouble? The trouble was just the results of the curses, and that's it? No, man, we're going to have to be proven. The Lord is going to do a mighty work with the remnant, man. Miracles will come. And this devil is going to lose. He's going to lose it. So the enemy is going to come in like a flood, and the Lord is going to lift up a standard. Let's look up the word standard. Man. The Lord's going to lift up a standard, man. Goodness gracious. Nawas, to flee, to escape. That's that come up hither. That's spiritual power, however the Lord's going to do it. But to escape, to fly, to disappear, to put to flight. Remember our forefathers in the ancient time, one man could put 1,000 to flight. So the Lord is going to do something miraculous, okay? And it's going to be powerful, okay? And we're prophesying of it. Let's get Daniel. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. So at the time that Michael, all right, and of course, ultimately is Yahweh Shai, all right, but the other angels have their order as well. Michael is high up in the ranking in the Most High's military, because that's what the angels are. As his army. He's called the Lord of Hosts, the Lord of Armies, the Lord of Sabaoth, right? So it's gonna be so bad, but it specifically says here there was this time before this happens. It's gonna be a time that never was since there was a nation, even unto that time. So what's going to be happening on the planet Earth at the time that the deliverance, okay, and the standard comes, Okay, it's going to be something like never before, man. Something we never witnessed. Okay? We are here of the mindset the Lord is mighty to deliver us out of that, and these things are coming. Read 2 Edges 15:16. Those things are coming. We see them coming. They're here, but they're going to get worse. I don't know what you Israelites want us to tell you other than what's written. It's true. So anybody out there teaching you this garbage that ain't no Jacob's trouble is gay. That's what ISUPK said. Okay, they don't. The spirit ain't dealing with them. Okay, now in this flesh, it's understandable. It's like, damn, and we have those emotions. Like, damn, there's no other way, Lord. I mean, we didn't taught the word, we didn't did this, but the Lord is going to do something even greater with it. There's another glory. All right. And it also says that, look, some of us are going to be eaten and at peace while everybody else is starving, being destroyed. But we know there's going to be a point, according to prophecy, where the devil is going to come after us. And the Lord is going to do something, man. So, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Okay? And that's going to happen in Esau's rulership. As a matter of fact, when you get Daniel, the 7th chapter, okay, that fourth beast, okay, that fourth beast, Rome, and then the little horn that issued forth from it, the revival of Rome, America, Babylon, and NATO, and the EU, right? That's where the Most High sets the judgment and sends Yahushai, Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garments was white as snow, and the head of his hairs like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. Okay? A fiery stream issued and came forth before him, and thousands of thousands ministered unto him, all of the angels, and 10,000 times 10,000s, millions, stood before him, and a judgment was set, and the books were opened. Okay? And when you and who's going to be ruling at that time? Verse 11. And I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. That horn is the revival of Rome. And I beheld even until the beast was slain and the body destroyed and given to the burning flame. So when you keep reading, this is ultimately this is speaking of when Yahushua returns, man. So Esau is going to be going crazy on the planet Earth. Those great words it's talking about, his science, his plan, the charagma, everything that he's going to have to try to come after us to get us up out of there, man. So that's going to be the true Jacob's trouble. Okay? The hour of temptation. Ended off there, man. Jacob's trouble ain't going to fully come, all right, until after we have waken up. And here we've woken up. Now we're getting ready to see Jacob's trouble. And it comes with the territory. This is the condition of the battle. If you got a problem with it, just keep living. It's going to come any damn way. And see, this is what we're going to have to do. Revelation 3 and 10. And because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. That's Jacob. That's when Jacob's trouble is going to hit. But those that have kept the word of his patience, the Lord is going to take care of us. Let the Lord work his work and stop crying, stop complaining, stop bitching up, man. Hopefully I will edify, man. Hey, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. He's going to come, man. So the hour of temptation, that's Jacob's trouble, man. When that charagma is implemented, war is going to be going on. Some brothers are going to be in prisons, concentration camps, right? Some the Lord may have somewhere, hidden away. But the bottom line is those who kept his patience, the Lord is going to deliver from all of that. When Esau fully comes after us, as we read, okay, he's going to lose. Okay? He is going to lose, brothers. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. Hopefully I edify. Shalom.